Slingers. I got you in. Sorry, I'm just backing out of the driveway here. Sorry, I got you in a different position today because I need to keep my phone plugged in. So I'm hoping that you guys can hear me, and that people are able to get on this video. Just give me 1 second here because I need to fix this. Oh my gosh, I look like such a hot mess. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry if you're watching the playback. I know that this is super annoying. Hang on. I'm just gonna throw out some invites real quick. Can't see anything. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna go on and talk about this. If you happen to get on, let me know. What is this person doing? Like, you see me here and yet you're just pulling up. You're like in my way, you dumb bee. Sorry. New York road rage right there. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you. I know I was supposed to come live on Sunday to talk to you guys about host flipping and host exclusives. Hey, Katie. Katie, am I on the Build Your A-Team training page? Please let me know. And also let me know if you can hear me good because I have my phone plugged in. So I'm hoping that you guys can hear me. Hear what I have to say. Also, I'm half distracted because I am trying to cross the street right now and I'm in a big parkway and there's a million cars and Mom has got to pay attention to the road, so just bear with me 2 seconds. Okay, so anyway, guys, now I'm here. Okay, here I am. Okay, now we're good. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about host flipping and stuff on Sunday, but it was Father's Day and I mean, clearly that's just not a good time to be going live for anybody. So I wanted to talk to you about host flipping, and the reason why I wanted to come live right now is because, yes you are, and I hear you, awesome, thank you, is because it's the perfect example of how I can teach you this because I just did it like 2 seconds ago. So I just met with a hostess. I have a hostess at the end of July. She's having a home party. And so I met with her now because we're coming up on the end of June and I like to at least meet with my host and talk to her about her party 4 weeks up, okay? So at least 4 weeks up. So I just met with her. I met her at a Dunkin' Donuts and I asked her, you know, oh, hey, can I get you anything, blah, blah, blah. And I brought my hostess packet with me. I don't have an extra on me right now to show you, but you guys have seen my hostess packets before. But the thing that I want to talk about, I'm not really going to talk about like host coaching, because that's a totally separate training. I want to talk to you about host flipping because this is a Build Your A-Team training, and your hosts honestly are going to make the best recruits because they're used to the product. They more than likely love it. You know, that's why they want to get it for free, and more than likely your hosts are going to be obsessed with the product like you are because they want it, and they have friends who are coming to their party, you know, who are going to love Scentsy too. So if you can help them see that and let them see like, hey girl, you love this product and you have friends who love it too, like this would be perfect for you, right? And I also think it's a matter of having confidence in having that conversation with that person. Hey Lori, you know, a matter of having conversation with that person. So basically what happened just now when I met with my host, in my host packets, if you guys have not seen this, please search host packets on this team page, and I've done a recent training of my host packets. But what I put in that host packet is a flyer about the host exclusive. So you guys know that Scentsy has the new host exclusive program that came out, I want to say in March. And so basically what the host can do is she can apply her host credits to her starter kit. It's a $59 value. So let's say she has a $500 party and she has 3 half off items and $75 to spend in free products. She can apply that $75 toward that kit and she'd still have like, you know, $19-20 to spend left over. I don't know the math. But she can apply her rewards to that kit, which is amazing. So she's pretty much getting her kit for free, although we can't advertise that publicly, just as a side note, okay? You can never advertise that to join as free, but basically that's what's happening when she applies her rewards in doing that, okay? Even if she has a $200 party and she has $20 of free products, she can apply that to her starter kit, and her starter kit would only cost her $39 instead of $59. Still cheaper than $99, right? And she's also joining in that way. So there's a difference between hosting a party and using the host exclusives versus versus flipping the party, which I'm going to talk about two different things. I want to see, where the heck am I right now? I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. I was like, wait a minute. I don't remember driving this far to the Parkway. So, basically what I did just now, right? So I met with my hostess. I went over information about her party. I showed her details in the host packet, but inside that host packet is the host exclusive. And the way that I presented it was, I feel like this is key. With the host exclusive, you have to be confident about it. You can't be like, oh, so have you ever thought about joining? I want to let you know we have this thing here. Like, you have to be like, boom, here's the offer. So when I chat with her, I'm flipping through the pages of my host packet, and I said, now this isn't, let me start that again. I said, okay, so now this is actually something that you can take advantage of, being that you're hosting. Oh no, what do I say? I'm trying to think of what I exactly say. It really doesn't matter, but as long as you say to them, here's something that you can take advantage of since you are hosting. You know, I'm letting her know that as a host, you get to take advantage of this host exclusive that not everybody gets to take advantage of. And so I'll say to her, you know, since you're hosting a party, you get to take advantage of this amazing promotion that Scentsy has for our hosts. It's our host exclusive. If you ever have considered doing what I do, you can actually apply your host credits toward this starter kit in getting your starter kit, you know, at a discounted or even free price. And so actually, when I just had that conversation with my host just now, I said it in that same exact way, very confident, and she's like, you know, I've actually been thinking about that, because this particular person booked a party with my last host, and I added her on social media. She's been seeing me post on it, blah, blah, blah. That's a whole separate subject, but she's been seeing me. So it's not like she's just totally random and now she doesn't. She kind of has an idea of what Scentsy is and what I've been doing. And so when I presented it to her and I said, you know, now here's a host exclusive that you get to take advantage of because you're hosting a party with me. This is how it works, okay? And then, you know, basically told her it works with a qualifying $200 party. And so you can apply your rewards here. And I gave her an example with a $500 party, how that would look for her. And she actually said to me, oh, you know, I've been thinking about it. Now that conversation turned, because first I started talking to her about hosting, right? Everything that how to have a successful party. But here I planted that seed with her and how she could do this with her host exclusive kit. And now all of a sudden that conversation turned into me talking to her about Scentsy. So I'm still going through at the party with her, and, you know, still going to do all that or whatever. And I was like, okay, so, you know, it's something to consider. I said, we could definitely talk about it more as we get closer to your party, or, you know, when we go to close your party out, you can make that decision. And so from now until the time that I have that conversation with her, or until her party rather, I'm going to be kind of planting more seeds. I'll ask her, hey, have you thought about it more? But she seems pretty on board, honestly. I feel like I could honestly flip this party into her launch party, which is another thing. So that's separate. So with a host exclusive, they are still hosting a party for you. You get the commission as if any party that you're doing, any host that you have, right? You get that commission at the end. They take their rewards, they apply it toward their starter kit. They're now a consultant, but you are still getting the commission on that party, and they're still getting the host rewards, and, you know, however that's working for them. The one thing about host exclusive that I have found has been a little trying is they just hosted a party for you, they applied their rewards, now they're a consultant, and now they have to have a launch party. Really, in order to have a successful start, you have to have your consultants have a launch party. So it's kind of hard, I found, with my host who do the host exclusive, they haven't really had their launch parties after that, because they just had a party and all their friends had bought from them. So now all of a sudden they have to plan another party. You know, so I find that that's the one drawback about the host exclusive. But what you can also offer is host flipping. So it works the same exact way. You have a host that's hosting a party for you, right? Let's say you have a party coming up. She's really excited. You plant the idea. You don't talk about the host exclusive, but you plant the idea. You know, if you ever consider what I do, you know, I think you'd be really awesome at it. You know, have you ever considered it? Blah, blah, blah. Let's see how you feel after your party. All these little tips and, you know, seeds you're planting with her. And if you feel she's really on board, you can say, listen, girl, like, I know that you are really considering joining Scentsy, and, you know, you have all these guests coming to your party who could actually end up being your customers. Why don't we turn this party into your launch party? I'll still come do it. I will still talk to your guests about Scentsy, but in the end, we put those orders under you so that you get the commission and you get those host rewards as if this was your launch party. So there's two separate ways, okay? It's the host exclusive where you're getting the commission, they get the hostess rewards, and they join as a consultant. And then host flipping is where you basically gift that party to them. And sometimes you might think to yourself, well, why am I going to gift that party to them? Then I'm not going to get any PRV or commission. At the end of the day, guys, team building is the best thing that you can do for your business. And so if it means giving up one of your parties to give to somebody else to help them off to a successful start, that person can end up being your next superstar director. You have no idea. Not only that, but you can also fill that spot. If you know that you have somebody who joined your team because you gifted them a party, and now that PRV chunk, you need to refill that. That's extra follow-up you need to do. Maybe you can get a Facebook party booked in the month in place of that party, or try and get another home party booked in place of that. There's plenty of ways, so try not to be too stingy with your PRV. There are lots of ways to get PRV, and if you feel like you're giving up a party where you're not going to make that money on it, like I said, at the end of the day, it's going to have to be your decision, but there are plenty of ways to fill that in as well, okay? So I actually, before the host exclusive, I literally tried to flip every single one of my hosts. Why not? Why not offer the opportunity to them, plant that seed with them, and then it's up to them to make that decision if they want it or not. But I think that, I do like host flipping for the sake that you can just start it off with their launch party and say, hey girl, let's get you started. We'll turn this into your launch party. I'll come, you'll get the commission. And it's kind of a little bit more enticing because they're like, oh wait, I can make this my party. I'm already having a party. My friends are already coming. I could make this my own and get the money for it. That's a little bit more of an incentive. The host exclusive has been good. I've had a few consultants join with the host exclusive. I have just found that with those particular consultants, they didn't start off with a launch party as much as I advised afterward. What I do think I am going to do, and I do encourage you guys to do this, with my new consultants, anybody who's joined on, I'm now telling them, advising them, guiding them to have 3 parties on their calendar as a new consultant, okay? This is just a little side note. Doesn't have anything to do with host flipping, but I find that, with new consultants, if people don't see results, they're going to give up quick. It's just what happens. So, sorry, I'm getting on the parkway. I know I'm rambling. Bear with me. So, if I have a new consultant, my new goal with my consultants, and I've been doing this, past couple months, is I tell them their launch party, and then after their launch party, they want to think of an encore party. An encore party is going to be for anybody who can't make that party, who wasn't able to go, who canceled, and it's still another party for them. And then they're also going to ask one friend to book a party with them in celebration of their new Scentsy business. So my goal is to help my consultants get 3 parties on their calendar. So if I have a host who books a party, who decides to use the host exclusive in order to join, she's already had her party. Now, technically her launch party's done, right? At that point, that's when I would say, okay, let's think about your encore party. This is a party. I know you just had this party here and you used your host rewards to join, but let's talk about maybe some people who weren't at that party that you can invite. Or let's maybe ask one of your friends to host a party for you. What is going on with all this traffic? Let's, who in your circle do you know that would maybe want to host a party with you in celebration of your new Scentsy business? And so I think there are ways to go around that host exclusive. I can't really see your comments, guys. There's such a glare, sorry. But I think there's ways to go around that new host exclusive. But so far, like I said, are the people who have done that with me didn't have launch parties. So now I'm improvising and I'm saying, okay, how could I change this so that it's beneficial for that? Pouch parties is how I filled mine. Yes, pouch parties and basket parties, honestly, you guys, are the best, easiest way you can flip your host, because they're out there doing it. They're out there slinging that basket party. And so when you're talking to them, so many basket parties I flipped where they have the pouch, and I say, girl, you were slinging that basket like it was nothing. You literally were doing what I do, except you're not getting paid for it. I love to say that to my hosts, because then it kind of puts them in check a little bit, where they're like, oh wait, you're right, I just did what you did and I'm not getting paid. So I like to kind of make it in a fun, silly way that I say that to them. But feeding the life into them too, I think is very important. Encouraging them and letting them know, hey girl, you just rocked that basket party. You just came in with 6-7 orders out the gate, and that's awesome. You're doing so good. Or look, you had a $300-400 party. That's so amazing. This is what your commission would have been on it. You should totally do this. And so I find that basket or pouch parties are very easy to flip. The biggest thing with recruiting, you guys, and especially with host flipping or offering the host exclusive, is being confident. That's the best tip that I can give you. If you have to think about this is a business, right? So if you were to go in to a business where you're signing up for something, I don't know, I'm thinking like, let's say you're going to buy a new car. Do you think when you go into the car dealership, they're sitting there like, so, I know you're looking at this Pathfinder, I don't know, have you thought about it? Like, I don't know, like, this is a bad scenario to compare to, because when you think of cars, you think of like a used car salesman. We're not used car salesmen, guys, but we still are business owners. And so if you think about it, no matter where you go, whether it's a car dealership, whether it's, maybe you're signing up, maybe you have like a party, right, for one of your kids, and you ordered like balloons to come and a clown or whatever it is, something where you're like signing up for something, or even just any store, like there's specials, there's deals, and the people, the owners of those companies or those sales people, they tell you what those offers are. And so it's up to you to choose and decide whether you want to take that offer or not. Think about your email. How many times do we get emails in our email, right? How many emails? Like, I must have gotten like 6 emails from Old Navy in one day yesterday. And Old Navy, I always look at the way that they title their emails. It's so funny. They're like, we're gifting you 50% off your order today. Meanwhile, the whole store is 50% off. So, and so I look at that and I'm like, ooh, 50% off. I'm going to go and check that out. No matter what it is, it's an offer. It's an opportunity. And so you cannot be, like shy in your approach. You have to be confident as a business owner. And I think when you are confident about your business, your potential recruits and people who you are trying to get to join you are going to be way more likely to want to be a part of what you're doing, because they're going to feel confident that you are confident and that you're going to be, you're going to confidently lead them. And so today, when I had this conversation with this girl, now my host, who's thinking about joining, now she's a potential recruit. She's not only a host. Now she's on my dream team list. Now when I go home, I'm going to move her to my dream team list. But, me being confident and having that decision, and I even said to her, I was like, that's great. I said, honestly, it's a really great, opportunity, especially with this deal. I said, it's normally $99 to join Scentsy, but here you can actually apply it where you're getting it discounted or half off. It's totally worth it. And so I said, I'm like, what is it about Scentsy that sparks your interest? And she's like, honestly, just for me, I love smell goods. I love the way things smell. She goes, I work 2 jobs. This girl works 2 jobs, full-time, 2 full-time jobs, and she has a daughter. And so she goes, I want to be able to maybe do this on the side so that I can spend more time with my daughter. And then, as she's saying these things, I have to confidently lead the way. Your host and your potential recruits will follow your lead. Okay, so if you are not confident, they're not going to be confident about that decision. If you're confident and you go into it and you say, okay, great, look, I know you're looking to spend time with your daughter. Honestly, you could totally do that. I will make sure that I work with you to help you fit Scentsy around your schedule. Instead of saying, okay, yeah, Scentsy can give you that. How do they know? Like, that's kind of like leading them, throwing them in the dark and letting them like hope that it's going to work out. You have to let them know confidently, like, hey, I'm going to be here to help you and guide you. Not that you need to hold their hand, but you are going to show them what they need to do in order to be successful, in order to reach whatever it is that they're looking for. And so that's why I always ask people, what is it about Scentsy that sparks your interest? Because everybody's whys are different, and everybody's reason for joining is different from the next person. And so that Scentsy has the opportunity. Scentsy honestly is probably like the end-all be-all for everybody's problems. Of course, they have to work, but it is the solution to many things, and it adds a lot of value to people's life. And so if I know I can help add value to her life so that she could be home with her daughter more, is something that I did. Why I wanted to join Scentsy and why I continue to do this business, I know that I can help her with that, and I can show her how she could fit Scentsy around her schedule by doing small 15-minute income-producing things around her schedule that I know is working for me, that I could teach her how she can do it too, so that she could spread her Scentsy wings and she can do it along the way. Of course, I don't get into all of that, with her in that initial conversation, but point is, you have to be confident and you have to know how to lead people, and that starts with recruiting. It doesn't just start with people joining your team. Okay, now I'm a leader, now I got to lead. This starts with recruiting, guys. Be confident in your approach when it comes to recruiting. Let people know that you are here to coach them and to guide them, okay? Because that's what your job as a mentor is and as a leader is. And I posted this on my leaders page earlier today, but leadership is a skill. Don't be afraid of it. It's something that you have to learn to acquire. If you would have told me that I would have been leading a team, teaching others how to do this business, I would have laughed in your face, because I was the person who got picked on in junior high school. Like, I only have a small circle of friends. I was super introverted before Scentsy. I would have never ever thought that I'd be able to sit here and lead others, you guys. So like I said, it's something that you just have to learn. And I'm kind of drifting on different subjects right now, but just because I'm driving. But anyway, point being is just be confident in your approach. And then those are the two, different options with host flipping and host exclusive. So you're going to have to decide what's better. Like, what's better for your host, what she likes. So like right now, when I had that conversation with my host about the host exclusive, she seems very excited about it. And she even said to me, she goes, so let me ask you, do you do your own parties where, like, let's say, like you host a party for yourself, you don't have host for you? And I said, yes, all the time. If I'll throw like a catalog release party, from time to time I'll do this. And I say, and honestly, if you were to get started, I'd encourage you to do a launch party. So now I know. She goes, oh, okay. So now I know she's pretty much on board. She wants to do the launch party. So honestly, it'd probably be more beneficial for me to flip this party so that it becomes her launch party and she's off to a very successful start. And honestly, you guys, I think I'm going to do that, to be honest with you, to help her off with a launch party. Give this to her. She has a lot of guests coming. That's going to help her have a launch party. And then what I'm going to have to do is fill that spot or, at another point in my calendar. That's just what happens with host flipping when you gift parties away. But it could be so beneficial for them as a new consultant coming into this and hitting their goals, instead of them just hosting a party and applying that reward to their kid, and now they got to find somebody to host when they've never had the party before. So I feel like, all in all, I'm going to end this video now because I just got home. All in all, host flipping is probably, I enjoy better than the host exclusive. But either way, they are both equally awesome, and you literally should be offering the business opportunity to every single one of your hosts. And if you put it in that light, you can even make a flyer or find a flyer on turning the launch party into theirs, or doing the host exclusive and having it there ready so that when you are chatting with them about their party, you could say, okay, listen, girl, I have two options for you right now. Here are some options that we can do. Here's a host exclusive that you can take advantage of. This works with a qualifying party of 200 or more, where you can actually apply your host credits toward this kit. It's a $59 value, and you can actually end up getting it discounted or halved off. Or I have an option, if you are thinking about joining, this business with me, I'd be more than happy to show you how to do that. And here's how we can start. This is a way that I can actually gift this party to you. We still go through with the party. I'll talk to you guys about Scentsy, and in the end, if you decide this is something you want to do, we take those orders and we put them under you so that you get the commission. You're off to hitting your new goals, and you still get to keep all those rewards. Let me know which one you want to do. You can even do it like that, but again, it's being confident, okay? So I'm not going to ramble anymore, but I just got home. So anyway, I hope this was beneficial to you guys, and I'm excited to hear. So make sure you offer the business opportunity to all your hosts. You're doing them a disservice. You're doing yourself a disservice. Like, you have to offer this business opportunity to every host, because they're going to make the best consultants. Okay? Talk to you guys later. Bye.